Hey, it's Jordan Keneal here with another scouting report, and today we'll be doing a rapid fire breakdown of who has impressed so far through the first 3 games of the NAB AFL Under 18 Championships. Harley Reid was ultra impressive for Vic Country, and he got better as the game went on. He started with a poor turnover early in the game, but from then on he was precise with his kicking. The 2023 draft prospect has been playing in a few different roles for the Bendigo Pioneers early in this NAB League season, and just by looking at the stat sheet, you might be a little bit confused with what you're seeing. He kicked 1 goal and 6 behinds in round 1, and has managed 4 goals and 11 behinds so far for the year in total. Then, in his most recent block of NAB League games, he started to find plenty of the footy. So it was very interesting when he played in a completely new role to him as an intercepting defender for Vic Country, and he just lit it up. I mean, take a look at the guts he shows to go back with this one. Then he goes and reads these ones perfectly. And as the game goes on, the pack marks get more and more absurd. We've spoken plenty about Will Ashcroft, and he was outstanding again for Vic Metro. He racked up 36 disposals and 12 clearances to no one's surprise, but what I loved most was his defensive pressure. Look at the way he hunts these tackles, it's almost Jack Viney-like. He's very well-rounded, Will Ashcroft. We also chatted about Harry Sheezel and Cam McKenzie last week. Sheezel had 4 goals for Vic Metro, and for me he's just starting to show that he belongs closer to that top 3 or 4 range rather than the top 10 discussion. McKenzie is a St Kilda NGA prospect, and he had 26 disposals for Vic Metro. Don't get too excited, Saints fans though, because it's starting to look pretty unlikely that he'll be there after pick 40, with these consistent performances just shining. Jed Walter is a tall forward who is a 2023 prospect tied to Gold Coast's Northern Academy. He's been in stellar form for the Allies, kicking 4 goals against Vic Metro and 2 the week before against South Australia. He's excellent on the lead, strong in the air, and really makes the most of his opportunities. He's even showcased a little bit of dazzle at ground level too. Sydney Academy prospect Angus Anderson has shown some different things in his 2 games. His field kicking has been pretty inconsistent, but he's shown he can hit the scoreboard as a midfielder. I really like his strength and burst around stoppages too, and he really lays some strong tackles. Isaac Keeler is a unique player, and he could be a chance to get through to Adelaide through their NGA program. He runs and jumps like a gazelle, and he's shown some flashes for South Australia. His ruckcraft in the first game against the Allies looked great, but that was against Nick Madden, who he can clearly outjump, so it's a little bit hard to project whether that will be transferable to the next level. I think what we can be confident with Keeler is what he's showing as a forward. He's taking clean marks overhead and generating quite a few scoring opportunities, although his kicking was a little bit wayward against Vic Country. This play, however, was absolutely stunning. There's hardly anyone in this draft class that can do this, let alone at 198 centimetres. One guy who was quiet against Vic Country but deserves plenty of praise for his year so far is South Australia's Mattaes Phillipou. He's a taller midfielder at 192 centimetres, and he plays like it too. His overhead marking clearly is the trait that separates him from the rest of the midfielders in this class. He doesn't rack it up like some others, but he's such a lethal kick around the ground. He's shown plenty as a forward too when he rotates down there. Just have a look at these ridiculous efforts. He's super physical as a tackler, and it definitely seems like he's going to have a massive moment at some point of these championships. Jhye Clark is a midfielder from the Geelong Falcons, and the first thing I see is just how reliable and consistent he is. He's a great decision maker and absolutely nails those short 20 to 30 metre passes. You'll see him getting plenty of the footy in that spread type game, so that will definitely translate to the next level. I really loved this mark that he took too. Essendon father-son prospect Alwyn Davey Jr hasn't had eye-popping stats so far or any incredible moments, but he's definitely showing a bit when it comes to footy IQ. Just watch him here as he waits for the turnover and then immediately jets off. Or here, he just waits out the back for an easy crumbing goal. He's also a super reliable user of the footy. It feels like there's probably another 6 or 7 players that we haven't even had a chance to talk about yet, but let's hold on to those for a moment. We'll be back next week with another scouting report breaking down the national championships. Catch you then.